Good morning, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the Coffee with Craig show. We'll be talking about commercial real estate in Central and Eastern Europe. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Good Tuesday morning, and welcome to this very special edition of the Coffee with Craig show. As you are well aware and used to, once a month, we always have Mark Twomey, president of Tara Consulting, here to talk about HR. So the HR who's who on the market, who's moved around. So Mark, welcome.
Hi, Craig.
Once
good to
again.
see you again.
Yeah, good to be back. I normally we would do this last week, right?
Yeah.
But now we're here at the beginning of the month, and happy to hear what's going on the HR market. I think last time you told me last time we talked, you said, hey, it's slowing down a little bit for that month, the month before, but it was still pretty busy.
Yeah, it did slow down, and it's kind of picked up again. So,
right, yeah.
So there's, I think May and June is always a very interesting month because, I guess a lot of people are looking at the summer coming and saying, okay, well, I want to get all this stuff wrapped up. I want somebody starting possibly in September.
Right.
For a new project. I want to relax for the summer knowing that, I've got my team in place but it's like last year. We didn't really have there wasn't a quiet summer last year.
Right.
Honestly, I don't remember. Apart from 2020, which for obvious reasons we had a quiet summer, but I don't remember the last time we had a quiet summer. So it's so
well, they got, like you said, they got to start in September.
So it's been really busy. So anyway, let's crack on and have a look at some of these.
Right.
These are mostly guys that have started in May, and a few guys that started in June because we're in
June.
We're in June
somehow. Yeah. How'd that happen?
So picked up a few of the guys who started. First one on our list today is Łukasz Wojnarowski. Łukasz has started as development director for MDC Squared. So joining Hadley, Maciej, and Jeremy. Łukasz, I know for a long time because Łukasz started his career with Glamco, and then he came to work with us in Tara for 2 years, and then he joined Panettone where he's been for the last 6 years. Really lovely guy, really great guy. Delight for Łukasz joining a great bunch of people. So onwards and upwards with his career. So well done, Łukasz. Next one is Bozena Kaczanowska-Tajan, who has joined Peakside Capital in Poland. And they've been quite busy. They've been buying logistics assets around Warsaw.
Sure.
So they brought her in to look after that. She was with Imo Finance for 5 years. And prior to that, she was with Atrium for 4 years.
Okay.
So very experienced lady and just what they need. And it looks like Peakside are continuing to grow and continue to look at new things. So
yeah, we get some press releases from them when they do some deals.
So it's good for the guys there, and good to see the team growing as well. Moving along, Dariusz Domanski, who is he started a new position as managing partner for White Star Real Estate. So as far as I understand, he's going to be responsible for the residential development business of White Star Real Estate. So again, White Star are moving into the residential side of things, starting up obviously a new unit of the business, which Dariusz will be managing partner for, and he's been there for 15 years.
Yeah, I was going to say he's been there a long time.
Yeah, so he's certainly earned that promotion. So well done, Derek. Moving along, fellow Irishman, Jason Drennan has joined Cavatina International, and it's quite an interesting one. Another company that is moving into the residential space. So as he said on his post, he will help to establish Cavatina International and grow its living business in Poland under the Resi Capital brand and establish development platforms abroad. Jason, previous to this, Jason was with Heimstaden for 2 years as investment director. So all those big Heimstaden deals that you saw happening over the last 2 years, that was all Jason.
Right. So now we're going to see it in Cavatina residential.
Well, hopefully, yeah. I guess that's the idea. Yeah. Prior to that, he was with the Irish developer Kalem Development for 9 years in Poland. So he's actually been in Poland for
quite a long time.
Quite a long time. He wouldn't probably not as public as some other people, but he's been here. He's been operating and doing interesting things. So best of luck, Jason, with the new role. Moving on.
Yeah, well, they've done so well with Office. Yeah, I mean, especially in south of Poland, right? With Cavatina.
Yeah, exactly. And, like White Star, like all of these guys now, the residential business, they're all kind of breaking out and establishing almost like, new business units just to cover residential.
Right.
So, it's quite an interesting business.
But probably looks a little safer than another giant office building on top of it.
Yeah, it's just it's fascinating to see I suppose the generational attitude shift from the 25 to 35-year-olds these days. They don't want mortgages, and any of them that you speak to these days.
Well, it's also more expensive to have a more. There's a lot of people that don't want mortgages right now, isn't there? Yeah.
So they want the flexibility and they want to be able to a plug and play option. And all these guys are providing them, and some of them are absolutely fantastic. You go in, they've gyms, they've pools, they've social areas. Some of these complexes you don't even need to leave.
Exactly.
Everything is there for you.
And it's just I look at the places I can afford to rent. They're a lot nicer than what I can afford to buy.
Exactly. So. Krzysztof Cipiur has been promoted to managing partner of Knight Frank.
Okay.
I am quite sure how that works. I'm assuming he's taking over from Joe, but I don't know what I don't know if it's a kind of direct kind of takeover from Joe, but anyway, Krzysztof is going to lead the show, and as we've seen over the last couple of months, Knight Frank have been going through somewhat of a rejuvenation. Yeah,
they've added some new people.
Yeah, a lot of people. Yeah, actually. George and a couple of quite senior people, and they've been I suppose fleshing out all their departments, bringing in some good people. So it's well done, Krzysztof and the guys at Knight Frank, and nice to see them growing and getting back into it. Next one we have is Adam Targowski, who started a new position as head of ECG at CTP, and obviously ECG, the buzzword of late, but it's such an important thing now. Everybody has to get involved with it, and so Adam was with Skanska for the past 5 years as a sustainability manager and environmental director. So very experienced guy. And,
if he was working at Skanska, he already knows a little bit about ESG. I would imagine.
Exactly. I think they've been well ahead of the curve. Even before kind of ESG became a big issue, they were kind of, that was always a kind of a policy.
Before they called it that.
Yeah, exactly.
We're just working on our ESG compliance whole folder, plan to move forward, and it's a lot of work. It's a lot of moving parts, even for our I can imagine for a developer, it's developer property owner. It's got to be a lot more. But just doing ours, it seems like it's taking forever.
Yeah, well, I think that the big problem is with the S and the G, and I think that those areas are so open to interpretation, and it's they're quite hard to regulate, especially the governance is quite hard to regulate, and there's still not really legislation. There's a lot of kind of uncertainty about it, so these guys kind of have to mitigate their way through it.
Well, they're always good at that.
So next is Nexity, who they have, this is more of a promotion, Jesika Mackiewicz, who's been there for 5 years in the land department, and she has been promoted to director of project development. Previously Jesika was with Dom Development for a couple of years. So nice step up for Jesika. Another promotion, and again, Cavatina. And I love to see these ones because Veronica has been there for 4 years. She's been promoted to head of project management at Cavatina. And she's been there for 4 years. She started as a fithead engineer, so very kind of like, more of a junior person. And very quickly within 4 years, she's risen up the ranks from project manager now to head of project management. And you kind of love to see that. You love to see somebody young who's their talent has been appreciated, and they've been promoted, and it's great to see, and it's a nice success story. So well done, Veronica.
Yeah, already head of project management. Project development.
It's quite a short space of time, 4 years to jump from project engineer to head of project management. So she's obviously very good at what she does. Finally, we, Tara HRC, have been growing as well. Trying to keep on top of all of this.
Absolutely. You don't do it on your own, I know.
No, absolutely not. So we brought in Monika Makuszewska, who has joined us as an associate, and really smart girl, really intelligent girl. She spent a year in London as working as an estate agent, which is tough work.
Yeah, it's a lot of running around, I think.
Yeah, absolutely. So she was also doing some acting there as well, but she returned to Poland and wanted to kind of she fell in love with real estate and loves the HR side of it. So the fact that we do real estate HR was perfect for her, and we hope that it should be perfect for us.
So someone or your client should call up, or potential client should call up if they need somebody.
Yeah, absolutely. So she's a young lady. We'll need to train her, but shows great potential. So welcome on board, Monika. So that's it. That's a wrap for today. For the month of May and a little bit of June, and hopefully we'll get back at the end of the month with a few more.
More to come back. Well, Mark, thank you again for joining us this month, and we'll see what probably at the end of June or beginning of July, I guess. Yeah, exactly. So thank you for all watching the Coffee with Craig show, and for this special HR edition. And we will see you later this morning for the news for Tuesday. Click here to subscribe to the Coffee with Craig show, and don't forget to share it with your friends.